Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm sharing with you my TBR game rotating decks, where I have Uno cards help me pick my prompts to create part of my monthly TBR. So this is round for September. September is a pretty big month for me. So September is my booktube anniversary month, and it's also my birthday month. So I'm hoping that this month's game is going to be nice to me. That being said, it's been very nice to me the last couple months. So let me tell you how the last game went if you didn't watch my TBR game last month. I got all skip cards. So that meant that I didn't have to read anything from my game in the month of August, which was awesome because I am participating in the Aurelium Magical Readathon. And so that really helped to allow me to focus on that readathon. So that was great. I'm doing pretty good with my readathon prompts. At this point, I am filming on Saturday, August 26th, and I am mostly done with everything that I need to read. I am currently reading the last 2 novels that I need to read, and I should have those done well before the month is over, and then I still have one more volume of manga to read. So I foresee that I will finish all of my Aurelium Magical Readathon prompts with ease. So I'm really happy with that. And so that's pretty much all there is to catch you up on as far as my game stuff goes for last month. So before I flip you over to the gameplay for this month, I will tell you that in September I am planning on participating in the Seasonathon Academy Readathon. That's being co-hosted by my friend Amy from A Star Reads. I know Completely Melanie is the creator of, or one of the creators of this readathon, but I'm not sure who the other host is. I will link Amy's announcement video down in the description box below in case you're interested on checking out her announcement and getting all of the information and finding out about all of the hosts there. But that is pretty much all my plans for September. So let me flip you over to the gameplay now, and we'll see if the game is going to be nice to me. I'm kind of thinking that I'm in a little bit of trouble, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So let's flip over to the gameplay now, and I will be back with you after to share with you what I have picked for the prompts that I got. So here is the setup for September's round of rotating decks. We are still playing with the Uno Horns deck. That being said, if you would like to vote on the next deck that we use the next time I get a wild, or if we don't change out the deck the next time I change out the deck, you can do that by clicking the link down in the description box below. There you can vote for which deck we use next. And so, yeah, this is September's round. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. The game has been very nice to me the last couple rounds. And so let's see what it's got in store for me this month. As per usual, I have already shuffled the deck, so I'm going to have my daughter come over and cut the deck so that you know that I don't know what is on the top of this deck. Okay, here we go. 3 cards as per usual. The first card is, that is a red 5. And the prompt is, that says Mom's Choice. So that just means that I need to ask my mom to choose a book for me. That's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, second card will be, that is a yellow 2. And the prompt is Anita Blake. Oh, that is the vampire series by Laurel K. Hamilton. I have not read from that series in, I'm going to say 10 years. So I think I'll need to start with the first book in that series. So that's interesting. And then the last card, I hope it's the last card anyway, will be... Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a lovely skip. That means I don't have to read anything for this prompt. So I've got 2 prompts this month. You know, the Anita Blake's not so bad. It's the Mom's Choice that I'm a little bit scared of. So I need to go ask her to choose a book for me. So we'll see what she comes up with. But that's going to be the game for September. So let me go ask my mom to choose a book for me, and then I'll be back in a bit to share with you what I will be reading for these prompts. Okay, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I won't lie, I was a little bit concerned. Very, very concerned as I picked each card, just thinking that, you know, I was going to get special wild, because those automatically give me punishment prompts in my game. But, you know, the prompts that I got weren't so bad. So let's review. First card I got was a red 5, or this is pink, but it's red as far as my cards go. So that gave me Mom's Choice. So that just meant that I needed to have my mom pick a book for me. And when I had thought about that prompt, I thought, okay, there's for sure a 95% chance she was going to give me a Nora Roberts book or a J.D. Robb book, because that's the author that my mom has read the most, and she continues to reread books by that author. And so I was kind of bracing myself to have to read one of those books. But that is not the book that she chose for me. So the book that she chose for me was actually one that we don't have. I am going to have to borrow a copy from the library. And it is Long Road to Mercy. This is the first book in the Atlee Pine series by David Baldacci. So I read the King and Maxwell series by David Baldacci years ago, and I really enjoyed it. That was like an FBI thriller, and I think the Atlee Pine series is kind of along the same lines. So I'm really looking forward to revisiting David Baldacci in another series. So I think that one's actually a good choice. It's definitely one that I'm not apprehensive about. It's definitely something that I think I'm really going to enjoy. So great choice, Mom. So the second book that the second card that I got was a yellow 2. And this gave me Anita Blake. So in my deck, I have a lot of these cards that give specific series names. And that's basically because there are series that I need to continue or restart in order to continue that I still have lots of interest in, but I just never find myself reading it. So this is kind of like the push that I need to do that. So Anita Blake. So this is actually a series that I will need to restart because I've only read one book in the series and I read it years ago and I never continued. So I need to revisit the first book. And the first book in the Anita Blake series is Guilty Pleasures by Laurel Hamilton. Anita Blake is a vampire hunter. And so it's pretty much all I remember from this book. I remember that when I read it the first time, it wasn't the greatest first book in a series, but a lot of times for me, that's not really a tell of the rest of the series. So I do need to refresh my memory on this one because I think it's been at least 10 years or more since I've read this book. In fact, I was buddy reading it with someone when I visited it the first time. But I do need to reread this one so that I can continue with the series and see if it's one that I actually do want to continue. So I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. And then the last card I got was a skip. So that's great. That means I didn't have to read anything for that card. So as far as my game goes, that's everything that I need to read for my game. Now, I do have a few other things along with the things that I need to read for the Seasonathon Academy prompts. And one of those things are the mangas that we are reading for the Monochrome Manga Club. So the Monochrome Manga Club is an in real life manga club that I host at a local Barnes & Noble where we read 2 first in a series selections, and then we are currently doing 2 series reads. So for the first in a series selections, we will be reading volume 1 of Twisted Wonderland. This is Twisted Wonderland, the manga, Book of Hearthlabayu. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. But this has original concept by Yana Toboso, who does Black Butler, storyboards by Wakana Hazuki, and art by Sumire Kowono. This one's published by Viz, rated teen. This is a series that is based on the mobile game. I have had lots of interest in this series, but I'm not a mobile game player. So it's not a game that I've kind of wanted to play. But I have watched other people play it, YouTube videos where other people were playing it. But I'm really, really glad that I can at least experience like a story set in this land now, because they are releasing the manga. So we will be reading this first volume for the club in September. And then the second volume one we will be reading is volume 1 of The Summer Hikaru Died by Moku Mokuren. This is published by Yen Press, rated teen. So this has been getting a lot of hype lately. I believe that this is kind of like thrillery, suspenseful. So basically, Hikaru went up a mountain one day, and when he came back, he wasn't the same. And that's really all I want to know about this. I kind of got that it might be a possession, like he might be possessed, just based on that general description that I've kind of been hearing. So that's pretty much all I know. He went up a mountain, and when he came back, he wasn't the same. So I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. And so that will be our second first in a series selection. Like I said, we are currently doing 2 series reads, and so one of those series are Persona 4. So we are going to be reading volumes 5 and 6. This is by Shuji Sogabe, an Atlas published by Udon Entertainment, and I would say this is probably older teen. So this is kind of a murder mystery series where we have these high school students. Our main character here moves to the town, and he's kind of gaining friends as they try to figure out this murder mystery that's happening in their town. And I've been really enjoying it. I do have knowledge of this series already, like I've said before. I've watched the anime, my daughter has played the game, I've watched her play some of it, and I'm really enjoying visiting it in the manga form. So volumes 5 and 6 for September, and then the other series we are currently reading is Full Metal Alchemist. So we will be reading volumes 10, 11, and 12. This is by Hiromu Arakawa, published by Viz, rated teen. So this is about the Elric brothers. And in this world, there is equivalent exchange, and they are trying to fix something that happened when they were kids. And as they're doing that, they are faced with a bunch of challenges and mysteries and things like that. And it's just a really, really interesting series. I'm really enjoying visiting this for the first time in the manga format. I have watched both anime adaptations and really enjoyed those. And so, yes, really enjoying reading through Full Metal Alchemist for the first time with my group. And so that is what we are reading for the Monochrome Manga Club. So that takes us to what we will be reading for Seasonathon Academy, or what I will be reading. So there are 5 prompts for the Seasonathon Academy. So the first prompt is a new to you author for English 1020. That is like a non-negotiable prompt. You don't have a choice in that. So you have to read a new to you author. So for this one, I'm kind of playing it by ear on this one, because if I feel like reading something else, I'm going to leave myself open to do that as long as it's a new to me author. But this is one that kind of caught my eye when I was going through my shelves. And it is volume 1 of Manner of Death. This has art by Yukari Umemoto, an original story by Samon. This is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. This is a manga, and it's kind of like a thriller suspense type manga where we are following a coroner who is examining the body of a woman who allegedly hung herself, but all of the evidence points to the fact that she didn't. And then he gets accosted, and the person tells him he needs to classify the death as a suicide. After that incident, he confides in a friend about what had happened, and then that friend goes missing. So it's kind of a mysterious plot, things going on, and it really piqued my interest. I believe this is also a BL, and so I'm looking forward to this one. It is rather thick, so there's quite a bit of content there. I'm hoping I'm really going to enjoy this one. So that is what I am reading for English 1020. The rest of the selections, we were able to choose a class from a set list of classes. And so the classes that I chose was English 2510. I think that's what I wrote. It's a hyped book. The class is popular fiction. And so for that one, I'm actually going to slide in the Monochrome Manga Club selection of The Summer Hikaru Died. For art, 1110. It's intro to art, and that is to read a manga or graphic novel. So I'm going to slide in Twisted Wonderland. For anthropology 1500, or anthropology today, it's read a book from a culture that's different from your own. And so for that one, I am choosing the 4th installment in the solo leveling light novels from Chugong. This is a series that I really want to get back to. This, like I said, is the light novel edition. And I've just really enjoyed what I've read so far of this world. So in this world, we meet our main character, Jin Woo-sung. He is a low-level monster hunter. And so when he shows up on jobs, everybody thinks the job's going to be super easy. And that's exactly what happens at the beginning of this series. He shows up on a job, everybody kind of relaxes, they think the job's going to be super easy, and they go in to clear out the dungeon and find out that this is a rare double dungeon. What basically means that there are 2 dungeons, so there's a dungeon inside of a dungeon. Now, the second dungeon is of a much higher level than the first dungeon, and they're not really equipped to deal with a dungeon that high level, but they've left this dungeon alone so long that if they don't do something about it, all of the monsters are going to come out and wreak havoc on society. And so they go in and do the best they can, but the team gets obliterated. And right before Jin Woo-sung meets his own demise, a box pops up in front of his face, asking him if he wants to become a player. And with nothing left to lose, he accepts and finds himself kind of playing a video game, kind of in his mind. Nobody else can see all of these messages that pop up in front of him, and he actually does special missions based on stuff that he gets from these prompts that he sees that helps him to actually level himself up and his abilities to deal with these dungeons. And it's just been really interesting. I left off on the 3rd volume the last time, and I don't think I've read one of these since last November, so it's been a while, and I've just been really wanting to get back into this series. There's some political stuff going on where I had left off, and I'm really interested to see how all of that is going to work out. And so I'm sliding this one in because this is Korean. It's set in Korea. The author is Korean, and so it fits for that class. And then the last class is Foreign Language 2140, which is International Foreign Language 2, and to read from an author of a different country than yourself. So for that one, I am sliding in solo leveling the light novel number 5. So I'm hoping that I will get both of these done this month. I do have them both on audiobook as well, so I don't think that that is going to be an issue. The audiobook is narrated by Ki Hong Lee, who was in the Maze Runner movies, and I'm really enjoying his narration. He definitely does a really great job, and it's really entertaining to hear him narrate all of the sound effects and things that are in the text of the novels. And so yes, really looking forward to getting back to those. So provided I get everything that I just showed you read, I will be able to complete my TBR for the month. So let me kind of try to stack this all up. So here is my modest stack for the month of September. Plus there is that ebook that I'll need to borrow from my library for my mom's choice. And so yeah, I think this is definitely manageable. Definitely. I am taking off from work for my birthday, and so that'll be nice. Not that that will mean that I will have any more reading that I'll be doing that week, but you never know, right? So yeah, it is my 8th booktube anniversary. It's kind of a little hard to believe that I've been making videos for 8 years. Now, I did definitely take a little bit of a break. It's kind of earlier on in my video making time, but it's been fun. It's been fun. I've made some great friends, and I've been really enjoying just kind of chatting to you all about the books and the manga that I've read, and it's been really awesome. So thank you to all of you who have watched my videos over the years and have spent some time with me today watching what I will be reading for the month of September. And so let me know down in the comments below if you will be participating in any readathons in September and what you will be reading. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave some kind of celebratory emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.